Taurus. All right, so you have the Nine of Pentacles or Nine of Coins. This is a very generous energy. This is a very feeling accomplished, feeling successful. So if you're dating right off the bat, that says that your theme of the month is going to be, you know, it sounds like you might have some suitors already. If you don't, they will be coming in abundance because the Nine of Pentacles or Nine of Coins symbolizes abundance. I like that this popped out for you too, because you know, you're an earth energy as a Taurus, and Taurus is represented by the Pentacles or coin energy. So again, very nice card to have come out, because this means if you're single, there will be an abundance. There will be some sort of alignment or satisfaction, maybe with one person, maybe with a few, maybe with just, you know, learning how to successfully date, whether you're doing it online, whether you're doing meetup groups, however you're doing it. Definitely feels like there's going to be some sort of flow here for you if you're single or looking for love or dating. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is also success, satisfaction. So if you're not in contact now, you may have some sort of successful connection or communication. It definitely does show that you're at peace with the situation to a certain extent. Maybe if you've been harboring anger or they have, this is kind of the month that'll push you towards feeling a generosity towards this person, either you, them, or they, you. But somebody who may have been a little less interested in reconciling might prove to have a softer side this month about it. All right, so your current position is the Hierophant. So, very interesting there, Taurus. The Hierophant, as you know, is your card. It's a very good card. I love the fact, again, that you're coming up with coin energy and the Hierophant, because this is suggesting that you are on a path that you should be on, or that you're maybe feeling organically like yourself and you're not dealing with any BS, and you're allowing you're putting your best foot forward and allowing yourself to shine. So the Hierophant is saying, look, you know, let the universe take the wheel. Some of you have been trying to control situations you can't, especially with dating. You can't control that crap. I mean, if you dated nowadays, it is bullshit. There is some crazy ass stuff out there. So, you know, this tells me that if you're dating, you're definitely maybe not taking things too seriously, not taking yourself too seriously, not taking other people too seriously. This is a teacher. It's a religion. It's almost like a conformity, but this is feeling like it's a conformity in yourself. Like, finally, if you're dating, you're paying attention to the red flags. You're going for what you want, and you're not taking any BS from anybody if you're not interested. So maybe before you were saying, okay, well, I'll date this person or I'll give them a chance, but you knew they weren't for you, or they knew they were BSing you or pulling your leg. You could see the red flags, but you weren't really doing anything. And this is saying this month you're taking charge. Maybe you're just stepping out there and starting to date again, or starting to even, you know, contemplate dating again. Maybe you've had a lull and now you're going, no, you know what? I'm an awesome person. You know, somebody would be lucky to have me and I them. So, you know, let's take charge. But the best part about this is you're not trying to control a situation you can't, because the Hierophant is saying you're letting something bigger than you. You're letting the universe, you're letting the spirit, you're letting God, whatever you believe in, kind of guide your way. You're looking at the signs and paying attention. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely says that you're also coming into your own. You're kind of leading the pack, leading the way. You're also putting your best foot forward. But this is saying too that you're not pushing it this month. You're not contacting them. If you were before, you're not doing it as much. Maybe you've broken all contact, not in a bad way, okay? But just saying that you're kind of like, look, if I've put my best effort, if I'm showing you who I truly am and what I truly want, and you don't reciprocate that, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm finally at a point where I'm okay being by myself if that's what it takes. Whatever toxicity that was between us, I'm willing to look past that. But if you're not, then I don't need it. And some of you, it may be the complete opposite, where you're finally deciding this is not for you anymore. This month is about you. This month is about what you want. This month is about taking care of you. And if you're deciding that this other person was too toxic and it's not good for you, then good. Then finally you're a step ahead saying, okay, I'm good with this breakup. We have connection. I miss you. I will love you, but it's me time. And that's what I think I should title this video, because that's what I feel. I feel like because you came up here and because you have this Nine of Pentacles, which is so good, that is like it is your time, Taurus. All right, the next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the King of Swords. So this makes a lot of sense. If you're single, this is definitely, these two are saying that you are the director of your own universe right now. Again, with help from a higher power, whatever you believe in that aspect. But the King of Swords is somebody who's just. They're fair. It's about intellect. It's about truth. So if you're single, you're definitely saying, hey, if you're dating people and they're telling you what they think you want to hear, but their actions aren't speaking as loud as their words, you're cutting that crap out. You're saying, no, I know what I want. You know, it's like you can all of a sudden see the truth in people. You can all of a sudden see who's being real with you and who's not. So if you're single, you're definitely looking out for you. I feel like some of you may be dropping a few people that you've been dating or talking to just because it's not going anywhere and it's just not fulfilling for you. Not in a negative, conceited way. In a, hey, it's just not for me. And that's okay, because we don't have to say yes to everybody, right? Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you either finding out the truth about something, knowing in your gut that this isn't going to work out, knowing in your gut that it is. I still feel like it's kind of borderline 50-50. Although I have to say, Taurus, I'm leaning more towards not reconciling, because I feel like you're feeling successful and accomplished this month on your own. You're feeling like, hey, for the first time ever, I can see my life moving in a much different direction. Because here, it feels like with the King, there was some sort of truth that came out, or you're starting to see the truth that you guys might not be able to make this happen, that you guys might not be able to get that. It's like all of a sudden you have this light bulb moment and you're going, hey, I just don't know that we're going to be able to do it. Yes, again, I have that connection and I love you, but, you know, there's some hard truths we've had to face here. The next card you have is your distant past over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout childhood, and you have the Ace of Wands. So immediately, this talks about children. Some of you may have had relationships that deal with, you know, that have dealt with children, that have dealt with divorce, that have dealt with separation, that have dealt with parent time, you know, custodial agreements, etc. Now, again, this could be also that you wanted kids and that's something that's been a goal of yours. And maybe if you're, and I always read this together whether you're single or looking to reconcile, because it's generally not the person you're wanting to reconcile with, although sometimes it is. But I look at this as maybe saying, the universe is saying, hey, remember what it was you wanted in life. Whether it's kids or not everybody wants kids, not everybody wants to get married, etc. But whatever it was you had dreams and hopes and stuff, come into your own with that this month, Taurus. Remember those things and try and, you know, what can I do to fulfill those things? Where can I go in order to make those goals a reality again? Or remembering the things that I always wanted that maybe I have not, that I've overseen. You know, this is, again, it's all about you this month. The Ace of Wands is a creativity, it's an energy, it's a passion, it's enthusiasm. And so the Ace of Wands is saying, hey, Taurus, this month from the past, I want you to remember things that you used to like to do. Did you hike? Did you bike? Did you paint? You know, did you want kids? Did you want to get married? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Remember them, and remember them with passion and enthusiasm. Anything. It could be something so small, like if you used to take a walk around the block every day, whatever it is, the universe is, you know, willing you this month, saying, hey, I want you to remember things from your past that made you feel good, things that inspired you, and get out there and start doing it again. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or so. All right, so this is the Six of Swords, and this makes sense as well because this is abandonment. It's retreat, it's leaving a situation. It's also travel, so it could be if you're single or looking to reconcile that you have had some travel recently. But the Six of Swords is leaving situations that don't work for you. And I think this works for both whether you're single or looking to reconcile. If you're single, I think it pairs nicely with the King here because this is saying, some of you have been dating people that just don't treat you right, or they tell you, oh yeah, I want to be in a committed relationship, or yeah, I have the same goals as you, and then like you hear from them once a week, and you're like, that's not really the type of behavior somebody who wants something long-term with me is going to portray. Now, so I do feel like you're cutting out some negative energy. Again, you may have retreated from dating, period, and now this month you're coming back in like, all right, well, maybe I'll give it another shot. And again, I think that would be this would be a good month because of this right here, this success and accomplishment. I definitely think it's something that could work really well for you, Taurus. If you haven't been dating, it might be time to get back in the game. If you're looking to reconcile, this definitely says that you have left this person behind, whether you've done it permanently, but I do feel like mentally this month and the past few weeks, you've really been looking at what you need, what you deserve. And so you're kind of like, look, I'm going to move off this situation. I'm going to retreat, abandon. I'm done. and I'm going to go be me and do what I need to do and fulfill my goals and have the life that I want. And if you and I still have that connection later on when you want to talk and when you get your shit together, then maybe we can communicate. But I'm going forward with my life now. I'm not allowing this to suffocate me, to choke me up anymore. It's sad and there's still a connection there and I get it. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and do me. And then if you want to join me later and we can get this in succinct, some sort of connection and come back together again, then we will. But right now, I can't let it bear any more burden on my mind. I just can't. The next card you have is your distant future, so over the next month or two. And you have the Hermit, which is Virgo's card. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, which is interesting because you're an earth sign. They are also an earth sign. So you could be dealing with an earth sign. You also have air here too, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But the Hermit is a wise card. It goes very well with the Hierophant. So this is a good pairing because the Hermit is somebody who's taking time, who's wise, who's making smart decisions, who's thinking things through. Also going into solitude if they need to. So if you're dating, I feel like if you're just starting out dating, if you're just putting yourself back out there, you're only going to date when it feels good. You're going to kind of come and go as you please, instead of a lot of people are on the dating apps all day and going to meetup groups every night of the week, whatever. This is you kind of saying, hey, I'm ready to meet somebody spectacular, but I've learned a lot of hard lessons. I've put up with too much crap. I've met people who did me a disservice, or you did yourself a disservice by sticking with people and dating people that you knew just weren't right for you. So the Hermit is saying, look, take your time. If you're dating, it's out there for you, but also make sure that you learn from past mistakes. I'm always flabbergasted when people contact me for private reads and stuff, and they're like, I've been dating this guy, and but he's just not getting serious, and I don't know what's going on. And then they're like, and I'll ask, like, the profile pictures, what did they say? And it said, oh, wants to date, nothing serious, just want something casual. Well, generally those are things to look out for. If somebody says they just want to date casually, they're not looking for anything serious, more than likely that's not going to change unless you are the one for them. And it's hard to think that we're not, but we're just not right for everybody, just like not everybody's right for us. You get my point. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this definitely says that you are going into some sort of solitude here. Not necessarily that you're going to run out there and start dating. Some of you might. But the Hermit is just saying you've learned also from your mistakes. But you're also meditating from the past or reliving what you guys have been through and just understanding that being alone is okay. And being alone is giving you time to understand what it is, where you want it to be. Go back to the roots of what you really wanted. I feel like, Taurus, if you're looking to reconcile, this time away is going to bring a plethora of success to you. It's going to bring you to a much better place than you've been for the past little bit. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month, and you have Justice, and here comes Libra, which is interesting because Libra, like I said, you have an air. So I think some of you might be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Some of you might be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. So again, you have Justice, Libra's card, and this is exactly what it means. So if you're single, you will meet people to date. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You will have some pursuits after you. You will have some successful dates because Justice is all about timing, and it's all about morality and being the best you that you can be and putting that into the universe and allowing that to also resonate and come back to you. So what you put out there is what you're going to get. Now, Justice is also about cause and effect. So again, Taurus, I feel like you're in this amazing place right now because you're understanding that what you do in your dating life and reconciliation as well, whatever you do in those situations, the choices you make have a cause and effect. So if you're dating and you're out there, sleeping with everybody on the first date, then and I'm not saying you are by any means, but I also am amazed at how many people come to me and then it's like, they're meeting guys and they're, guys or gals, and they're, I guess I'm saying guys because I had one in particular recently. And it's like, if you're putting yourself out there and you're letting the physical take over and that's what you have, then that's all you're going to end up with is the physical relationship. You're not going to develop a serious relationship if the entire relationship is like a friends with benefits situation. Now, nothing wrong with that type of relationship. People have it all the time. And sometimes you just need, you know, maybe you have some pent up frustration or something. But again, it's about cause and effects. It's about absolutes. So whatever you're putting yourself out there when you're dating, and whatever your expectations are, and whatever you're accepting from other people and their behaviors, is what you're going to get in return. And I think you're fully understanding this, Taurus. Again, it's you. It's your month, because that, I mean, that's what this is saying. You're understanding that if I pick a certain type of person and I do certain things with them, or I allow them to have certain behaviors with me, then you set the precedence on how the relationship's going to go if something moves into regression. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar, but this is saying that if you've made the decision to move on, then it's something you need to do right now. I'm not saying that you can't ever connect again. I'm just saying that if you decide to take care of you, and if you decide to move on your path, and you decide that you want something different, or you want something better, or you want, you know, you get my drift, then you can have that. But if you want to go back to something that's toxic, because I feel this, like, I'm not saying, and I know the cross watchers are going to hate me for this, but I'm not saying that this person is toxic. I just feel like the negative energy surrounding them right now is kind of detrimental, that they're having a really hard time of it, and you're starting to come out of that really hard time, and they're still holding a grudge or still holding on. And so you kind of need to get away from that in order to find your absolute, in order to find a peace within yourself. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to come throughout the month. Again, tangible situation. You have the Emperor. It could come out, you know, the beginning, middle, end. Could last for an hour, 2 days, etc. But this is just something that comes along that, you know, either is great or something that's bothersome. And you have the Emperor, and the Emperor's Aries card. So you have a lot of people showing up here. You have fire here as well, so you could be dealing with an Aries. All right, so the Emperor is somebody who wants something traditional. So if you're dating, I feel like you're going to find somebody that you really want. I feel like you're going to find somebody that has the structure you want, has kind of the traditional sense you want. Now, not traditional, traditional is different for everybody, but whatever your traditional is, or whatever you're interested in, or whatever type of person you're interested in, I feel like that person's going to come in this month, or at least you're going to meet somebody that could potentially hold that. And that may be why you go into solitude here, because you may focus on dating just this one person, because this person's very kingly, very and again, I don't base sex on the cards, so it could be very queenly, but this person coming in is somebody who is extremely they're going to make it known that their presence is there. They're going to be attentive to you to a point where you really do feel like this could be a successful at least dating relationship. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like this is going to be them contacting you, or you contacting them at one point, but one of you is going to have to really carry the conversation and really strive to not go back into that finger pointing negativity. I feel like you are going to be the one with this type of energy, because you're going to be going, okay, you know, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I'm at in my life. This is where I am headed. Now, you are welcome on this journey if we can get past the bullshit. If we can't, then unfortunately, this journey is not going to go any further. I left it behind for a reason, and the reason is because I'm not dealing with the negativity. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of conversation, some sort of communication here, where you may need to explain yourself, and you may need to explain very, like, you know, authoritatively, this is what I need, this is what I want. I won't accept anything less. Period. I won't play games. You get my drift. The next card you have is anything internal that you're going to feel throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end. Again, it's internally, it's mental awareness, something that you'll be feeling. And again, it could last an hour, 2 days, etc. And you have the Ace of Swords. Again, kind of cutting out energy. These cards are very similar because these are very logical and truthful. This is somebody seeing things very clearly. So if you're dating, I really feel like you will meet somebody and you see and understand how they may differentiate or maybe different from the typical people you're used to dating. And all of a sudden you're going to see things clearly, like, oh, hey, this is how somebody really likes me, treats me. This is how somebody who wants to be in my life treats me. And so you're going to feel like you have this kind of powerful energy. She's got this power, and again, she or he, I don't associate sex with the cards, but you know, you'll have this energy feeling very powerful, like, hey, you know, I see this now. I understand that this type of person is what I want. This mixes well with me, and I can see that this person's being decent with me. it's like clear cut, and it's also kind of a focus card. So I really do think if you're single, I feel like it's somebody's coming in that is going to really surprise you, but also teach you how a real relationship should be, what a healthy relationship feels like. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is you having the power. This goes very well together with this, because this is saying, again, you're saying, I am not going back into whatever this endless circle cycle is that we have here. Whatever this is that we've been dealing with, however we've been treating each other, however things have been working out, I'm not doing it anymore. And I have the power to say no. And with that power, I'm fine. I'm fine being just by myself and not focusing on this relationship anymore. And I think this is a really big month for you, Taurus, as far as, again, it being all about you. And in a good way, not like, you know, all, not narcissistically or anything by any means. All right, the next card you have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is your hopes or fears for the outcome of the month. This is where your fears kind of catch up with you, okay? Because the Three of Swords is about pain, it's about despair, it's about heartbreak. Now, if you're single, this is you going, whoa, 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 whoa. This person coming in that I think I see so clearly that like is almost too good to be true. Oh, they're going to break my heart. I don't know if I can do this. So don't do that, Taurus. Don't do that this month. Don't let these fears get in the way. Because again, this is mental. Here's your outcome, but here's your biggest fear. Your biggest fear is getting heartbroken. If you're single, you've got to take the chance. I mean, you don't have to do anything. This is just, you know, advice. But take the chance, because wouldn't you rather take the chance and get heartbroken? I know it's horrible, but we've all been through it. We all lived through it, so we all know we could go through it again, right? So if you have this fear of heartbreak, don't let that put you into solitude like this alone. Let that put you into solitude with this person to where you're off the dating scene. I feel like they may come in pretty strong and heavy, and it may scare you off a little bit, but don't do that this month. I really think you need to let that energy go. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like you're going to have a moment during the month, because you're so secure in being alone, because you're so secure in moving on with your life. You're almost going to have this moment of feeling like, oh shit, what did I do? And I think you need to be very careful that, because I'm hoping this is just a blip. Again, these are just your fears, so it's not a reality. It's not something that's actually happening. But at some point, you know, you're going to have this moment where you're like, what did I do? But you have all this strength pushing you forward. Don't go backwards unless it's something that you know you can have success, accomplishment with. There's a reason you left. There's a reason you needed to go. And you need to remember that the universe has your back. And the next card you have is your outcome for the month. See, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is perfect. The Ace of Pentacles, if you're single, the Ace of Pentacles is about potential. It's about new beginnings. It's about new things on the horizon. So if you're single, I definitely do see somebody pretty huge coming in. Is it your twin flame, the love of your life? I'm not quite sure yet if it's that type of person, but it could be that type of energy, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is your card as well. So this is the beginning of your cycle in the tarot, of the pentacles, of the coins. So again, going with you being organically you. Now, the Ace of Coins has this prosperity. Again, new beginnings, new opportunities, and potential, which is exactly what you have if you're single. It may not be this month. I feel like it may be because you're going to get to know them. You may have already met them. And you're just kind of taking your time. But the potential is there, and it's big potential, because the Ace of Pentacles is like, you know, having the whole world at your fingertips at the moment. So if you're single, that's definitely an excellent card to have. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there's new potential here, but the thing about it is new. So for some of you, yes, will there be potential for you to get back with this partner? Yes. However, I feel like for the majority of you, right now is not your time with that person. Doesn't mean that 2 years down the road, it couldn't be your time. 6 months down the road, it couldn't be your time. But I feel like these new beginnings for you are new beginnings in a lot of different areas. I think you're going to be focusing on your goals and where you're going. So this could be new potential in work. This could be new potential in a lot of things other than love. I, however, think that if you do start dating, this month would be a good potential month for you to kind of get what you want. Very interesting. I'm going to take both of these because these all came out, and I'm going to put these here. All right. Again, I feel like if you did start dating, if you're looking to reconcile, or if you're thinking about reconciliation, again, some of you are just not looking. You've moved on. But if you're thinking about reconciliation, I feel like you might date other people before you guys get back together, because this, again, is a new potential. It can be a new potential with this person, but I feel like everything the cards are saying is that it's just not that time for you guys right now. Now, very interesting here. 4s are your number for some reason this month. You have a lot of 4s. You have 4 here, a 4 here, which is the Emperor. You have the Emperor here. That's why I allowed this card to come up too, because you have the Emperor twice here. So if you're single, definitely somebody's coming in. The Emperor signifies Aries, so it could be an Aries coming in. It could be a Leo or a Sagittarius because they're both fire signs as well. So you may be dealing with fire sign coming in. You also have the 4 of Wands, which is fire, so you get my drift. Very big possibility for fire sign coming into your life, Taurus, at this time. Again, I think it's going to be somebody you're interested in. It's going to be an energy you really like. To clarify the outcome, you have, you know, again, the Emperor, and then you have the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is one of my favorite cards in the deck because the 4 of Wands is a stability, a resting, a first completion. It's a happiness. So this tells me if you're single or if you're dating that there's going to be a possibility here for you to complete the single stage and move into a more stable, committed type, maybe even committed dating. It could be a relationship because again, all of a sudden you're at peace. This is a resting card. So this is saying, okay, I'm happy, you know, this is good. Even if you just want to date just one person and you guys don't want to make it all official, whatever it is, you're going to be in a happy place. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is a first completion. And I believe it's 2 types of first completions. One, it may be the first time you guys actually communicate on a healthy basis and start talking about the future and you making sure that you stand your ground on what you want, what you need, and what your expectations are. Number 2 could be a first completion of getting over this person and starting to date other people. If you guys communicate, I think it could be in a positive level, but I think you need to make sure that you stand your ground this time. For some of you, I feel like you've gone back and forth, and it's just not working. And now you're ready to say, look, I'm okay moving on with my life, but if you want to have a conversation, let's talk. Now, your clarifier for the Hermit here for your distant future is the Hanged Man. Now, if you're single, this is where I want you to make sure that you stay true to yourself because the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. Now, everybody should sacrifice a little bit in a relationship because they're not perfect and relationships take work. What I do find the most interesting about these two paired together is their self-awareness cards, both of them. Even, like, if you looked up the definition of the Hermit, it's about wisdom, and so is the Hanged Man. So if you're single, this is saying make sure that you don't fall into old patterns. Make sure you stick with your guns with this new person. Make sure that, and it's not all about what you want. It has to be give and take. But this is saying you've sacrificed yourself before in relationships, even dating, that wasn't worth it, that stuck you out high and dry. You went 70, they came 30. Make sure you remember your self-worth in this dating process, okay? Now, if you're looking to reconcile, it's very similar. You sacrifice. You're finally in a good place, and if you're not there yet, you're moving there this month. You're finally in a place where you don't have to sacrifice your needs or wants. You are very self-aware of what your self-worth is and what you deserve. And the Hanged Man is saying, remember to hold on to that. Remember, you know, it's you, Taurus, like I said. So I hope you have a great